So welcome back, family. We're finally here with the long-awaited debut of Metal Universe Batman. This has been a long time coming, delayed multiple times, but it's finally here on this release day. So let's go ahead and see what we can find out of this highly anticipated product now that the Upper Deck has the DC license. So Metal Universe has always been a fan favorite with the ever so popular PMG chases, and that's what you're looking for out of this is these precious metal gems. There's other things to look forward to that are going to be somewhat similar to what we saw out of the Fleer Retro Looney Tunes in terms of jambalayas, as well as the platinum portraits in terms of other case hits. So as always, if you like these things, and I will be talking through and analyzing and reviewing this as I open it, so please be aware of that. But if you like things like this, please let me know by hitting like and subscribe. And let's go ahead and see what is in this Metal Universe Batman hobby box. So this is the hobby format. There is a retail format coming out in a couple of weeks. This hobby is going to be 6, as you can see here, 12 packs, 6 cards per pack. There's going to be 12 boxes in a case for this. So let me get this open. Again, you're looking for those precious metal gems. Standard numbering there. So the reds are going to be to 100, the blues to 50, greens are to 10, highly sought after, as well as the gold one-of-ones themselves. So now they're very popular characters out of here to look forward to. Inside of just Batman, you got Harley Quinn, Joker, like one of the best rogues galleries in all of comics, if probably the best rogues gallery in all of comics is Batman. So let's see what we can find out of here. Again, these are going to be, these Metal Universe cards are mostly paper. They tend to not grade well, as I've noted when we were opening up the, both the Masterpiece in 92 as well as the Fleer Retro Looney Tunes. But here we go. Let's see what we can hear. Here's the base design here. You can see Aaron Cash from the Arkham series fame. There are other types of inserts, and hopefully we can see them as we go through these right now. And actually, let me prepare my usual 3 stacks for hits and whatnot. But it looks like we have 2 hits in the middle, or towards the end. So there's Entrigan. There's Aaron Cash again. There's Deadman. So there's it's going to be a 200 card base checklist. The lower numbers are going to be the heroes. The higher numbers, like Tiger Shark right here, are going to be the villains. So there's Tiger Shark. And our first this is going to be, there's the Batman Who Laughs. So this is, again, one of the inserts that you can find. This is out of the Skybox Premium here. And there is a Black Canary. So these can be numbered. From Skybox Premium, these are the ones that you can see, the rubies that we saw in Fleer Retro Looney Tunes. So you get chances for these Skybox Premium cards, as well as the Z-Force cards that have the numbered Rave parallels. So there we have. So far, looking at it, I love that Black Canary art, actually. But Batman Who Laughs, another going to be a popular character to find in here. There are autograph opportunities in here from the creators. So you'll see that as a potential. And probably one of the most popular of that is Paul Dini on the Harley Quinn autograph. But you have Grant Morrison, Ed McGuinness, another popular artist there. There's Duke Thomas, okay. There's Harley. She's going to be a popular chase for a lot of people here. Owlman from the Syndicate. Looks like we have another premium. That's the Joker. And let's see here. I got one of the Enigmas here. So these are one of the cool inserts that you can get. I think these are fairly rare, actually. If I can check real quick here. But really like these. I can be cracked, I can be made, I can be told, I can be played. What am I? It's a joke. You can crack a joke, you can make a joke, you can tell a joke, you can play a joke. So that's a joke. Yeah, right there. All right, cool. I think that's one of our first hits, real hits. Yeah, I think you get 2 of these, potentially, in each case. There are going to be other things like Gotham Metals, it's the Dark Matters, Arkham Asylum, stuff like that. But I think these Enigmas are not the easiest to get. I'm trying to see where they're at. Crown Prince is at a 72. Yeah, not seeing it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and prepare new sleeves, actually. And put that in our hit pile. But it's a cool way to start. With a nice Enigma Riddles. That maybe actually be a pretty cool set to... you can see the little embossed question marks all around. These are, again, thin paper cards. You probably just need 35 or 25 point top loaders for most of these. There are some thicker cards and the metals and the, I'm assuming the acetates are probably going to be, and the lenticulars may be a little bit thicker, but there you go. Cool. Kind of like that card. I just like riddles too, so be fun to see. That's an interesting way that didn't open up the way I thought it would. There we go. So there we go. Our first, I think, hit, and I'll have to look up what those odds are. But I want to say they're 2 per case. Give or take. And we have a acetate that may also be a die cut back there. So let's see what we have. All right, I got one of the Batmans, not the Batman, but there's a lot of people who've taken that title. There's Onyx, Vicky Vale. There's Thomas Wayne Batman from Flashpoint. You got Blockbuster. This is one of the Arkhams, so I think this is also about 1 or 2 per case, and it's Humpty Dumpty. So you can see it's a die cut and an acetate. It's kind of an interesting design there. And kind of similar to that, most of these are going to be 1 out of every 72 packs, or basically 2 per case. So we got a couple of those already. First in the Enigma, and now in the Arkham Asylum in the acetate and die cut. Humpty Dumpty. Yeah, I believe he was called that obviously for his size, but he tried to take things apart and put them back together, including his abusive grandmother, I believe, if I read correctly from the Arkham series. All right, looks like we have another Skybox Premium. Still haven't had a number hit yet, so hopefully we can see how many number hits you get. Clown Hunter, not very... there's one of the Birds of Prey, Lady Blackhawk. There's Manhunter. Ace the Bat Hound should be a somewhat popular character. Croc, great art on the Croc. Killer Croc right there. And we have a Skybox Premium of the Signal, which is this Fox. I think that's one of Fox's kids. All right. Getting there again. Still looking for a number to hit. We did get two, I wouldn't say short prints, but two of the two per case hits. Ooh. And so that Satana's going to be good. All right. I think we have our first numbered hit. It looks like a purple FX. I think are to 175 here. There's Knight. I have Knight and Squire. There's Jack Ryder, Creeper. There's Zatanna, great art in the Zatanna. That'll be a chase. Another Owlman, this time as the hero. There he is. There's my Condiment King. So you got the villain that talks in puns, condiment puns. And our first number card looks like a Man-Bat, a purple Man-Bat. And purple FX actually are not numbered. So this is going to be the more common of the parallels that you're going to get. But I'm going to go ahead and sleeve you up. Actually, I don't think you're that common. Purple FXs are, yeah, 1 every 4 packs. So non-numbered, somewhat common. In a sense, they're like the refractor of the set. But I do like the feel of these cards. They are a little bit sturdier than I expected. And I mean, there's an orange. I think oranges are going to be to 200. Here's Oracle. Good old Babs, the girl in the chair. That's the guy in the chair. There's Catwoman. I don't think that's Selena, though. Yeah, that's Ico. The Hood. There's Roy, Arsenal. Deadshot. Nice Deadshot right there. Will be a popular one. And our first numbered hit, we saw a little bit, is Hush. Tommy Elliott. And this is at a 25. Nice orange at a 25 on Hush. Again, great introduction. Although outside of that initial storyline, which is, again, one of the all-time great Batman stories with Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb. But nice low-numbered Hush at a 25. So there's our first numbered hit right there. It's not a horrible one. Cool. Tommy Elliott. Nice. All right. This is becoming a pretty fun one, as I figured it would be. Again, I liken this to Fleer Retro Looney Tunes, maybe with less, again, stuff, so to speak. Oh, Batmite. Nice. Great picture of that, and here's another purple. But, you know, it's pretty solid. There's Batman. I think that's in his stealth gear. That's Jim Gordon. Okay. There's Stephanie Brown, Batgirl. There's that Batmite again. This is Batman of China. The Ten-Eyed Man. Not sure who been familiar with that. And Julia Pennyworth on the purple FX, again non-numbered. So we got an orange to 25. We have 2 of the inserts that are 2 per case. I don't see a Selena back there. One of the pack cover. And something thick. Maybe a lenticular back there. There's Misfit. There's Selena. Great picture of Selena there in her purple costume, looks like. There's Rex. Metamorpho. It is a Gunverse debut. Vengeance. And we do have a lenticular, and this is the Clown Prince of Crime lenticulars. Again, you get two of these. Either one of this and a Secret Identity as one of your hits. So there's that lenticular. I'm trying to remember where this is from. Joker #1, 1975. Oh, okay, nice, cool. Again, this is a little bit thicker comparatively to the others that I figured it would be. But that's what the Clown Prince of Crime lenticulars look like. So already getting a decent amount of stuff in a box. Not sure if this is just I might need to cut this one. Not sure if it's just a loaded box or this is what we're going to expect out of all of our hobby boxes here. But so far, again, it's getting that fun aspect. In terms of price, I saw that they were going for roughly $250, I think is the going rate right now. I pre-ordered mine a long time ago, so I was able to get it for a little bit cheaper. But yeah, these are not bad actually. This needs a little bit thicker than my usual. This is not fitting there. Yeah, might need a little bit thicker on this one. But I don't think I have any readily available. Oh, all right, I'm gonna find something else for that. All right, we have 4 more packs to go. Like another numbered card, we already got a decent amount of the kind of the case inserts, not the most rare of them, but at least some of them that are at least 2 per case, or at 2 per case. Looks like we have another one of those Skybox Premiums. There's Cyborg from Titans. That looks like Tim Drake. Lucius. This is Bluebird. Looks like a Nightwing based. There's Talia. Great pick of Talia. And we have... this is a non-numbered. This is the Retribution parallel of Lucius Fox. Alrighty. 3 more to go. Yeah, looks like another purple out there. Another Stephanie Brown card, this time as Robin. Here's Red Hood, Jason Todd. This is Night Runner, kind of familiar with them. There's Jeremiah Arkham. Humpty Dumpty. Again, trying to put something usually unsuccessfully back together. And our purple FX is Black Alice. Okay, would like to see at least one more numbered card. We did get a fairly low numbered card. And decent amount of those 2 per case inserts. I think that's premium. Here's Alfred. Harvey Bullock. This looks like Dick Grayson. Yep. There's Cass as Batgirl. Electrocutioner. It is a Skybox Premium of Hugo Strange. There we go. And our last pack. So hopefully all those inserts didn't take away from the number of numbered hits, because I'd like to see at least one other numbered hit, although we got something that was a little bit technically rarer than a couple of the PMGs, but I don't think we're going to get there. That's all right. Here's another Robin. This one's probably Jason Todd. It is. There's Orpheus. Halo. Bruce. Bruce has his own card. There's Clue Master. And our last thing is, a Thomas Wayne as Batman. What parallel is this? This is the Nemesis parallel. So you get, I do believe you get one Retribution and one Nemesis parallel per box. So we got our Retribution and the Lucius Fox, and here's the Nemesis on the villain side of Flashpoint Thomas Wayne Batman. So there you go. And fun stuff. You're going to get, again, some non-numbered stuff here. I didn't get any Z-Forces, although I believe the Z-Forces are all numbered hits out of that. Again, you got that one Retribution, you get the one Nemesis per box. In terms of other things, we did get a handful of those kind of 2 per case inserts, or 1 every 6 box inserts. You got a lenticular of the Prince of Crime. You got that acetate die cut of the Arkham Asylum. The Enigmas, which are kind of cool with that. As well as our lone numbered hit is a Hush Orange FX to 25. So pretty low numbered. Not bad. I was hoping to see at least one PMG or one of the kind of case hits inserts like the Jambalaya or the Platinum Portrait, because you do get one of those Platinum Portraits, actually one in the Jambalayas per case, so you can see that. But there you go. Again, fun break. Again, I'm going to liken it to Fleer Retro Looney Tunes, although the number of numbered cards seems to be more in tune with Masterpieces 92. So be aware with that as you're looking for, if you're trying to chase PMGs versus chasing some of the inserts there. So in terms of price, I personally got it at $200, which seems like it's a better price than the $250 it is right now. I wouldn't mind actually it dropping down a little bit, maybe to 150, 175. That'd be probably a good price for at least the number of numbered hits you get per box. But again, this is a fun set anyway. It'd be very interesting to see how a flat tire case of this will look like. So there you have it. Please let me know. Again, if you like content like this, please let me know in the comments by hitting like and subscribe. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by.